Welcome to the Stuck in the Middle podcast year and Christmas edition. I'm about to be jingling this. I'm Reflex. We got Sir Hans back in the building.
Sir Hans, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. For cats who don't remember or know who you are, just introduce yourself real quick, fam.
Jesus Christ. I'm Sir Hans, the third cast of the podcast of Stuck in the Middle. You know what I mean? If you guys check the first 20 episodes, y'all see me on there. But it's great to be back on Stuck in the Middle, and we're here.
Yeah, man.
Started off and we ending off the year, you know what I mean?
Yes, definitely. Got Money in the building.
Hi.
Money, let the people know what you do.
I read, I write, and that's about it.
I'm talking about as far as Stuck in the Middle podcast or something.
I read and write.
Okay.
I do the blogs and that.
Yeah. I like the sweater, by the way, still.
Oh, please. You owe me a sweater. That's a thing.
That's cute.
Yes.
Got Mine in the building.
Yeah.
My fun, child. Let the people know what you do.
I'm Stuck in the Middle's PR. I book appointments. Excuse my voice. I'm the one who books appointments, basically.
Hey, Uncle Icky in the house.
Yes, sir.
Ugliest sweater. now you carry ugliest sweater. Why you pick that sweater, man?
Feels like I'm about to go play football, man. So warm.
It's warm.
It's warm as hell.
But you know what I'm saying? That's co-host Uncle AK. And this episode really, I don't want to, go without, really thanking everybody who check us out on a weekly basis, man. It's love, and this is the year end, episode. So I'm, it's open, man. Bring a topic and let's just go.
What do you do?
What do I? Oh yeah. I produce the stuff and as far as sound and audio and video. Uncle AK, he edits the videos on. Bro, I'm just gonna call you AK. That uncle stuff. That uncle stuff, man. I'm sorry.
So you told somebody to call. I mean, if you want people to call you Reflex and they say Flex.
I'm okay.
Flexi.
Only way make I call me Flexi.
Conflicts.
What's that conflict? Come on. But yeah,
this stuff.
But yeah, people checking us out on a weekly basis. I really appreciate it. This is end of year wrap up. We wanted to do a Thanksgiving joint, but it didn't materialize. And this one is on the popping. Everybody looks good in their ugly sweater, man.
Especially the ladies, yo.
Yeah,
look great.
I want a noisy one.
Huh?
You want me a noisy sweater?
Yeah. Play on my nipples. But yeah, so we got no homo. We got
You don't say no. You see what?
America is doing to people.
Why did you make that face like America? You made that face when he said.
When he did that, the first thing that came to mind was his play was nipple. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
But yeah, we recently just put out a blog, best of 2018, and highlighting, it's like a highlight reel what we've done this year. And when I wrote the blog, by the way, and shout out to Mine, she writes most of what we got on our blog section. And shout out to AK, so he built the website. If y'all like the website, thank this guy. He manages it on a weekly basis, so we appreciate that. But when I was writing it, I was blanking out on the stuff that we've been able to accomplish this year. We really have accomplished a lot. I know we can just go down the list and talk about it. I know we got most watched episode, which was Jared episode. I don't know if y'all remember anything about that episode.
IT stuff.
Yeah.
It was Oracle, the 6-figure salary thing, the Jelani Consulting, American Dream. Yeah.
You got anything that you remember from me? Want to take away or?
I mean, the one thing he dropped, in that episode was about finding a niche and sticking to it, or even if you don't know, even if you don't have a clue, on what you want to be, technology is it. It's not rocket science. All it takes is for someone to train you. Just get into it, dive into it, head first, and say, I could do this, and you literally can do it. You have nurses that quit their jobs to go do IT because they see that's where the bag is at. You know what I mean? It's all working. Imagine you working 2 jobs, right, as a nurse, and overtime, to have that 6-figure salary. Meanwhile, as an IT person, all he does is go to work probably twice a week, and you know he does 3 days from home, and making the same. You know, which one would you pick? So that's what that episode was all about.
Yeah. You know what's funny? What somebody told me before you say that, they said IT is the male version of the of nursing.
No. IT is
heard
definitely booming. Like, especially that episode. What I took out of that episode was just, it was very motivational because the hustle, the grind. He told about like when he was in this like the pit. Not knowing it, having no sense of direction. That was very motivational. Yeah. Because everybody goes through that period. There's nobody on this earth that doesn't have that point in their life where they're trying to figure themselves out. And to see him come out and be successful, that's very it's nice to see.
You guys use the bathroom?
Oh.
Because you keep shaking.
Because I'm shaking my foot.
That's that. You go ahead.
The whole IT thing though, because most people who get to talk about IT tend to link it to how much money you could make, which is a part about it that I wouldn't say hate, but it's like, okay, if you're not making much money, then you're not in the thing, you're not in the IT thing. So how about, because I know towards the end of the interview, he talked about you can have all the money and still not be happy, which is what I was hoping that he would say, and he did say it. So true, IT is the new wave of things, but maybe we should try to find, a way to find a passion in it before getting into it. Because I know people who got into IT for the money, and now they're like, okay, this is not what I was heading there for. So it would be nice if people who are in IT can put this other point of view and say, well, there are some nights they call you at 2, 3 a.m. from India or from China, and you don't want to wake up at that time. So it's what you get to do for the amount of 6 figures.
Put the mic closer to you a little bit.
It's the oops.
You're fine.
It's the better? Yeah. So it would be nice if people in IT can shed some light on that. Not so fun part about making 6 figures.
Yeah, but with any profession, there's always a side of it that you're not gonna love, right?
Yeah, but IT people don't put it out there like that, because I've been to, gatherings where it's like, oh, we're making 6 figures, you're working from home and blah blah blah.
Yeah, even with nursing, like most of our parents that came here, the nursing was the thing to do. None of them grew up thinking about they wanted to be a nurse. It was always the money tied into it. So it's America, man.
I think what scares people the most in that realm of things, I think, is the fact that they're not ready to partake in that whole continuous studies. You know what I mean? It's like today is DBA, tomorrow is cyber, the next day is that. It's always something emerging, and you constantly have to upgrade, the knowledge, to fit in the market. If I'm making sense. So coming into it, you just have to know that this is something that is continuous. I have to keep studying. I have to keep studying. If you want to stay in the same wavelength, cool. Just wake up with no purpose and just go and come back, go and come back. But if you want to keep moving up, then you have to have a mentality of continuous studies. I guess that's the major difference to me between the nursing and the IT world.
Ma, what was your favorite episode?
My favorite episode? Man, I think was the tax girl. What's her name? That tax lady?
Sakina?
Sakina Tillman. Yeah.
She was dope. Everything, her knowledge and how to secure your bag and doing your taxes right and who to go to and who not to go to. Especially with tax season coming, Some people like to do their taxes by themselves or just have their uncle do their taxes or somebody, so.
She knew her stuff.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say there's a grand difference between her and just somebody who does taxes? Like for example, you mentioned H&R Block. If I don't have tax issues, like major tax issues that require for me to go to court, then how do I really need her services?
I guess she's like more detail oriented. H&R Block, they just have a template that they go off.
I'm not denying. I'm just saying she knows her stuff, right? But I'm also saying that there's she fits in a certain niche,
Yeah.
you know, and the other person fits a certain niche. So you just have to figure out which one you
What's
want,
best for you.
what's best for you.
And another thing too, where she was dope, real dope, is that we speak to more like a lot of entrepreneurs, and she also specializes in the LLC. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like establishing the business side of your business, well in advance in the forefront of you creating a business, which I don't think you can get from H&R Block.
Right.
And I think a lot of feedback that I got from that episode was people was like, dang, I appreciate it, because I sent it to a lot of people that I know who are entrepreneurs. It was like, I'm gonna check her out.
Yeah,
man, most definitely. When you have a business, don't go around like spending your business money, man.
Yeah, man.
That's business money.
Yeah.
Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah. You know, hey, shout out to him, man. I got 4 people already hit him up. They told me to hit him up, and
wow,
you know they and they learned it through Stuck in the Middle. You know what I mean? Like, granted, sometimes, man, I wake up and I'm like, why are we even doing this? You feel me? Like, this is stressful. You know, day in, day out, you put in the hours. You know, the PR is looking for guests, and they hire. You know, something is free. Come and promote yourself. We're not even telling you to pay. You know what I mean? But you hire. Who you hiring with? You feel me? It's free electricity here. You know what I mean? Free drinks here. You feel me? Like, just come to promote yourself. You hire. Why?
I mean,
Seriously.
You know, or when you come through, you know, you record. And this is critical, because this pisses me off the most, man. Like, you come to, you record, and then you go sit and fold your arms. Like, who are you kidding?
You talking about a guest?
I'm talking about the guests, people who don't share their episodes. Yeah, it don't make no sense to me. Yeah, you might as well just sit in your power and be talking to people who come to your house.
Facebook Live.
Or Facebook Live, or what have you. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why. This is another thing. Somebody comes here and Stuck in the Middle, right? But they're gonna go to Good Morning America, but they're gonna post Good Morning America on all their feeds, but they cannot post Stuck in the Middle. Eyes. What's the difference?
Yeah,
it makes no sense to me.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Nothing vexed me, man.
I hear you.
I feel the same way. Or it's also people that you reach out to them and you email them, and they don't respond. And then they see somebody, their friend or somebody that's been on there, and then they respond to email like, "Oh, I didn't get your email." So where to go? How come you got it now? Yeah, stuff like that.
Man, shout out to the real ones, man. Like, I remember this 2 guests. We hit them up like, "How much do you charge?" I sat down.
Oh yeah.
Guy, I was like, "Hey!" I was like, "You just let me do some stuff." I said, nah, I mean, we have a donation button on the website. You know, if you want to donate, you can donate, man. But we don't charge anything.
Has that been working, the donation button? Wow. Like, people drop some coins in there?
Man, I recall somebody dropped some coins and came and took the joint back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should have withdrawn before.
But nah, it hasn't been used yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, most people don't realize that public radio, you know, the Breakfast Club, NPR radio, all those things, is being supported by donations, sponsorships.
And this December, November is heavy.
Like, I'm listening to NPRs and everything. They like, oh, it's a public whatever radio, and we only like are able to do this through. This is DJ Barack, man.
I don't know. Every time it comes, it just comes with too much noise, man. But
this guy.
I didn't put his face on the camera. But I saw DJ Barack in the house, our very first guest.
DJ Barack was our very first guest, February 7th, 5th, man, 2017.
Yeah.
You remember those days, man?
Yeah, man.
But you were saying, you know, the NPR and the public radio.
Yeah, they you know, they ask for the public's donation so to keep them going, you know. So, I mean, we know difference.
Yeah, man, support us, man, because I really, and here's the thing, right? Somebody asked me this question. They're like, so, since you invite all these guests on the show, how come you haven't created your own business? That's a legit question. You know what I mean? If you listen to other people's examples, how come you haven't done it? I'm like, bruh, it's not a race. You feel me? We're not racing. I'm still processing stuff in my head. Well, at least we created a platform where we giving information. You know what I mean? Look at Flex. Flex is where he is today because of this platform. You know what I mean?
Big old facts.
Because of this platform. You know, so don't look at what I'm doing. Ask yourself this question: what's your path? Because I know mine. What's yours?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to work together and add value to each other. You know what I mean? That's very important in our community. You know what I mean?
Yo, I gotta dap you up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you still support, even though you're out there in Cali, you listen to episodes, you share, you post it, man. I know that, you know what I'm saying, that comes from you having, you know, you being a part of the brand and family. But yeah, it's most people, they leave something and it's just like, I'm doing my own thing. But yeah, appreciate that, bro.
Man. I'm proud of you guys. You know, keep going, keep pushing. Even though some days I know you guys wake up, don't see results, but you gotta keep going, man. You know, same thing with school. You crack your head on this books, you wondering if it's ever gonna pay that dividends. But once you graduate, that's a bittersweet moment. You know what I mean?
You're not like trouble, man. You know, I always gotta create trouble. So a lot of people have been asking me, man, what happened to Hans? Let's set the record straight, man. What happened to you?
I mean, what happened to me was, you know what I mean? I had to, you know what I mean? It was right, man. I'm a troublemaker. I mean, you know, I just had to sort out myself personally, you know what I mean? And I had to step back. I told my brothers I'd step back to handle my personal business. And I did that, and I succeeded in doing that, and I moved on forward, you know? But I'm always still here.
Yeah. If you hear any Sunday, you best believe you hosting.
Best believe
on the spot. If you don't know who the guest is. But yeah, next on that list we had, it was most watched episode.
There's most read blog.
Most read blog.
By it was How My Gap Tooth Smile Changed My Perception About My Insecurities by Asad. No.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you because you got a gap too.
I mean, let me tell y'all, it's funny, like, she sent that when I went to go get my teeth cleaned, so I kind of promoted it, so I kind of used that.
Is that way fellas I go to a dentist?
But I mean, growing up, to be honest, I never had insecurities about my gap tooth.
It's more for women than men.
I've never had an insecurity about
No, for men, it's like for women, you know what I mean? It's a norm, like people.
Yeah, it's more common.
Yeah, it's more common with women, but with men, it's not. But I've never had anybody like look at me and
me neither.
Be like, oh, he got a gap tooth, like, or find something wrong about it.
I know my dad used to say back in the day, women would actually go get a gap tooth because it was the thing. It was the thing that made you notice.
Yeah.
My mom,
hurts.
My mom wanted a gap tooth so bad. She told me she used to sleep with a match, like the matchstick between her teeth.
Your breakfast go.
With the gap.
Up.
What the heck?
Yeah. So
don't act too surprised.
I mean,
like it's a bad thing.
You have more to add to that? I don't know.
The gap tooth?
Yeah.
No, like I said, I never had any insecurities, but when I read the blog, I mean, I commended her, but I just was just like, I've never, what she went through, I've never experienced it. I've just always been praised for it.
I like
on the other side.
Let me say this about my gap too, right? It might come out weird, whatever, but like, if you see it would be hard for you to tell, cause the way her lips is shaped, you know what I mean?
No, I get it, because sometimes people are like, the gap. Like,
it took me a while to actually realize that. Yeah, it's not obvious. It took me a while for me to realize that she has a gap too.
Let me tell you something about Ma.
Oh my God.
I'll continue. I was just repeating what you said. I just started it. Let me tell you something about Ma. I was like, okay, tell her.
AK starts, I'm like, oh Lord.
I wanna ask Manny though, like how were you able to keep consistent like this whole year? Just writing. I know you kind of like, I don't want to say fell off, but you took a break at one point. I was like, damn,
So is your question about a break or the question about being consistent?
Both. You know what I'm saying? How were you able to stay consistent, and then what was your break about? And how did you come? How was it coming back?
How did I keep consistent? Well, because I continued to read and I continued to watch, videos and audios and all of that. So that's what kept me consistent. Now, what got me to take a break is writing wasn't as fluent as it used to be. And I felt that stepping away is what I needed. Now, when I decided to get back to writing, the first blog I wrote when I got back to writing is it Why You Why? Something about rebranding.
Yeah.
So that for me was what got me to get back, in the sense that I had to change my reason why. Because my reason why took me up to the point where I stopped. So in order for me to keep going, I had to rebrand my why. So I learned that my initial why was kind of limiting. I was a self-limiting kind of thing. So I found that looking at certain things differently is going to take me.
Are you naturally a writer? Like, because a lot of people be like even Azza and a couple other people, it's like, yo, I'm not a writer, but
I don't know what you mean by naturally a
There's
writer.
some people who's like, I want to be a blogger. Like, what, for you, when you started, was it just like, I want to write, blog?
Well, I've been writing since Form 3. I've been writing to myself, like just putting my thoughts down on paper and stuff. And I really wasn't into writing for others until the whole Stuck in the Middle podcast thing came along, and AK actually forced me to write the first blog. So I wrote it, and when I wrote that, I knew that was going to be my only blog, and it was like, oh no, it's not going to be my only blog. So
Need one more.
one more, and then one more led to one more, and one more led to one more.
But how do you feel like putting out your thoughts out there?
The first 2 or 3 was me being vulnerable, because I don't like this right here. It's taking me out of my comfort zone, and writing for others is a challenge, because the way I process information, I had to change it in the sense that it was, I wouldn't say plain, but it was general enough for just about anybody to get the message.
You got a diary?
Right now, no.
Have you had a diary in the past?
Yeah, because I went to Seika, I went to boarding school, so
I will steal it. I want to know.
I mean, the thing about my diary wasn't one of those things that I was hiding. So even if you took my diary, you would not really understand what I'm talking about unless I explain it to you. So it was kind of like a
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, it wasn't coded. It was plain. It's plain what letters ABC.
There's no context.
The context only understood to me.
I think it's one of those things. Sorry, cut you short, but I think it's one of those things where, let's say you're reading a book, right, and you find that one quote that stands out to you. It means something to you. You just jot it down, on the sticky, and just put it right there and say, okay, I'll come back to you.
They call that bar, man. We see that one bar.
Yeah.
Y'all read that Michelle Obama's book?
I did.
Man, that bar where she was like, which part of it about me you don't like? Is it the black woman in me? You know what I mean? It's like, damn, this is a crazy bar right here. Like, so
That's a joke you quote on Twitter or Instagram caption.
Nah, ain't nobody using that. Cardi B's lyrics, all them shorties with that sound like, I haven't got bloody shit. Shit.
But going back to Manny, right? My question to you is, coming from a place of not being vulnerable or not showing vulnerability to, being vulnerable, letting people read your work and all that, the reviews you've gotten, how does that make you feel?
It makes me want to keep writing. But one thing most people don't know is the way I process my thoughts is not the way I write it. And then the way I have conversations with people is not the way I write it. Because when I'm having a conversation with somebody, I'm trying to understand their mind more than I'm trying to understand their words. Like recently, I have a random question. Would you eat cassava and arrow?
No.
Would you eat it?
No.
Would you?
It depends. It depends.
This guy eat anything.
The form of cassava.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my
No,
god.
cassava.
Like real, like cassava. No, because I rarely eat it right now. So.
Would you eat cassava?
No.
Would you eat cassava? Why?
What the food I do?
There you go. So the conversation I had with people is that no, they won't eat cassava. Okay, would you eat bobo and arrow?
Yeah.
No,
No, I
I'm saying no because
That's why I said the form. That's why I said the form of
I'm
cassava.
talking about cassava itself.
No,
when you stated it, I think you mean like
cassava.
cassava. I know cassava. What the fool is cassava?
No,
I
that's not
thought you
my
meant
question.
like you just take cassava, you break it, and you
boil
boil it, and you cook.
Yes,
That's
my
what I thought
question.
you said.
Yes.
No, I won't eat that form of cassava.
Why not?
Because my mind was not trained to do that.
Okay, would you think that you were stuck in the fact that we grew up eating watafufu and arrow?
Yeah,
It's still
of
cassava.
course, yeah.
You got
So
it.
we just-
Oh shoot, that's even.
That's cassava.
It's like the French people will tell you that, oh, I'm not going to eat gari and dole. They say that's the most nastiest thing ever. And I'm looking at them like,
Bubble
how? But then you eat
Bobolo.
bobolo and dole. I'm like, time out.
So
this is strange. It's the same thing.
So it's
yeah.
like I was having a conversation. I think I had that yesterday and a few days before, and I'm like, because I was eating yam. I think it's yam and arrow. Because there was supposed to be yam fufu and arrow, but there was no yam fufu. So it's pretty much eating yam and vegetable, right? So it's like, okay, another thing that happened is this lady recently produced. She has puff mix.
Talking your mic.
She has puff mix. Have you heard of puff mix before?
No, you gotta explain that one.
Have you heard of cake mix?
Yeah.
Cake mix is like
I
a
heard of cake mix.
I don't eat the thing, so why
Yeah,
am I going for the-
So it's like flour, sugar, and all those dry things, and then you buy the box, and then when you want to bake cake, you get to put water, milk, and eggs. and
Oh,
make it
gotcha.
anything. So most people were like, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna eat that." If you would eat cake mix, why would you eat?
Yeah.
That's because we grew up. You know, you buy the flour, you buy the yeast.
Man,
and
let me ask you a question. Your psychology. It's like saying you eat dog meat.
No, it's the same thing. It's just a different form.
So you
hold up.
eat jollof rice in the bag.
No,
That
hold up.
jollof
The
rice
question
that
is
comes
this.
in the bag.
I mean, I don't eat bagged or canned stuff.
It's the same thing. You
So-
eat jollof rice just in the bag.
It's still, but it's not. How can I say this?
Will you ever write a book? By the way, just curious.
I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
You're working on one too,
Yeah.
right? So how does it feel to? Hold up, time out. That conversation was just in the air, man. Let's close out that.
Her logic is.
Yeah, so-
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
So what's the
And,
conclusion to that? To all that.
the fact that because we grew up eating certain things a certain way, it's kind of limiting to not. Yeah, it's changed, and we are stuck in the middle. Stuck in the sense that just because we grew up eating gari and watafufu with arrow doesn't mean you can't
When
eat
it
cassava
comes
and
to
arrow.
bark.
Doesn't mean.
All that's missing is
My whole point of the conversation is just to be open to the fact that, especially the whole puff mix thing. This lady's being so creative with having different flavors. I mean, that's gonna be a shock to our taste buds. But be open to the idea that you have donuts here, you have chocolate flavor, you have caramel flavor, and all. So why can't we have vanilla flavor puff?
You don't call it banana.
No, puff, like regular puff.
I mean, I want to test it. I want to see what. I mean, I don't mind.
Well, she's I can't remember her name, but she's gonna have it on Amazon, I think, on January 1st.
Why not? Until do
So
your
this
thing.
this analogy, can we apply this to anything?
Anything.
Anything.
It's pretty much just be open to the idea that what you knew can be different in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you grew up knowing it this way, doesn't mean that you can try it.
I argue.
Okay, what do you argue? What's
So
the
you
specific
say-
No, don't worry.
argument?
My argument will take it behind the scenes. I don't want to put that
Yeah,
here right
yeah.
now. We'll take it behind the scenes. Because it could be very risky
Our
to.
time limited. Yeah, about 35 more minutes. But yeah, what was next on the list? But your mind-
Next on the.
That's what we have here is the right.
Hold on. Before we proceed, I just wanted to ask. you two are currently, working on a book, not together, but individual books and stuff. Like, what's that process like? What made you guys even want to do it? And who is this book for? 3-part question. No long answer, please.
Yeah. My book is for primarily the African community. It's for people who are going through, I want to say, my book is about tribalism. It's about xenophobia. It's about love. And so the plot is, it's about people trying to navigate the struggles of loving each other with an immense amount of hate from the outside.
Do you have a title?
No, I don't have a working title. I have a 12-chapter outline. I'm on chapter 8 right now. The process is very hard because I'm using another book to write my book. Basically,
a lot of research.
Yeah, a lot of the story. I know the story and I know the plot. It's not much research because it's all in my head. Maybe hers is different in that sense, but
no, I'm saying, but you have to apply a lot of facts.
Yeah, a lot of facts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the question? I have a title, but I would not want to share it now. It's pretty much about the self and about the mind, and it can be. The reason it's gonna take me longer to write it is because I'm gonna try to put it in a language that almost anybody can understand.
Yeah.
So I would have to write it and then read it to myself and then hear it out and then have somebody else read it and let me know. Because sometimes I use coded language which I would have to explain because somebody not in a certain field will not be able to get it.
Yeah. Just real quick, one thing, like for me, like even my book is primarily about, it's a romance book, but one of my challenges is to never use the word love. So that's really hard. But yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Using synonyms?
Like you say, I love you, I loved him, or I loved her. Nah. That's
So
one
to
challenge.
express love without using
CNN
love.
one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
hard, yeah.
Cheers,
It
mate.
gotta be hard.
Yeah.
Romantic man.
Okay. The man's always trying to get married. Every song he writes.
Moving on. Moving on. You gotta know this thing.
Alright, moving on. So the third was most streamed episode on SoundCloud.
Yeah, that was a project 330.
Yeah, probably 330.
Shout out to them boys. I know you like that episode because you watched it like 500 times.
Yeah. I mean, it was just interesting to see men in conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the whole
What I mean?
you have the whole
conversation.
mommy picking stuff going on. So it was good to see men in conversation.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong,
Christian men.
it was that and also the different mindsets because that episode had, I think it was 3 of them, right? Okay. Yeah, and they all had different mindsets, but it was steered towards the same agenda, but in 3 different ways. So it was pretty interesting to see
I
that.
wasn't looking at it from a Christian point of view because I feel like, but this is just my point of view in the sense that that was the purpose of the conversation, having the conversation and from a Christian perspective. But I wasn't looking at it from that point of view because anybody who isn't a Christian per se can identify
So
with.
their vulnerability and like the stuff that they talked about.
Yeah, the fact that even though they were Christians, they all had different perspectives. It wasn't like a Christian way of doing stuff, and because all of you go to this church or this religion, and this is how we all got to do stuff.
So that was most streamed on SoundCloud. Just want to plug in. We on Spotify now. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify.
I know you like that because you're a big Spotify fan.
Spotify do not disappoint, man.
No,
I'm telling you. Apple Music, you go through certain areas, music start to like stop.
I beg to differ.
But anyways, just a plug. The drum playing right now on the screen, that's Mad Over 237 Beats, is a mix by DJ Barack
In the building.
in the building too.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I want to say
That art was done by this guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
There's a
Yeah,
room full of talent.
we on Spotify now. Search us out. Stuck in the Middle. And while we at it, gotta plug our. We got sponsors. Well, we got sponsored early last year, but yeah, sponsors. Stuck around. Perfect Office Solution. They still sponsor the podcast. So we are looking for more. If you want to sponsor, DJ Barat.
Call me.
Alright, fourth on the list was 100 episode celebration.
Yeah, man.
I was that.
Barat did not come.
Amazing. I was there. Live.
Barack came. He came too.
People came late.
Yeah, Barack rolled up.
Yeah, he
That's-
came and left.
Oh yeah, you did. You provided us with sound too, so
Light skin tints.
Appreciate it. But that was dope though, man. Like, dang, like people who support the podcast pulled up, and just man, the love was immense. What's his name? Madame Gateau made the cake for us, and she's been a guest on the podcast.
Wait, what did you call it?
Madame Gateau.
Madame Gateau.
Oh, what I thought. I was like, maybe on Instagram. Madame Gateau.
Yeah, that's a Twitter name or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Aisata.
Aisata Corona.
Yeah. And then, man, yeah, it was just love, man. Shout out, Chico provided us with space. It's all on YouTube if people want to catch up. 100 episodes, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who showed up to it. You know, it was mad love. You know, people brought drinks. You know, man, there was lots of food. Shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies.
Yeah. People were taking trays home.
Yeah.
Massa, Jolie, her friend.
Yeah,
Mom. Ashley.
Yeah.
The two mamas.
Yeah, the two mamas. And shout out to Mama too for being our host.
Yeah.
You know, she did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
You know, she keeps surprising me every day. She
Yeah,
really is.
She should do
really
that.
is.
She should actually be MC.
You know what's crazy? Like when we put out the recaps and stuff, people was like, "Yo, we are gonna have another one."
That's true.
500 episodes.
I left that place like stupidly tipsy.
I'm talking about like the impact.
For me, once the toki had passed that, I just love the fact that everybody was vibing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like people were connecting. You know, you got business going on over there. You got fun going on over there. You know, even moms are standing there to try. Man, let me take a shot real quick. But I didn't say that. But anyways, yeah. You know, so it was hella fun.
Man, listen, everybody, 100 episodes not easy.
Congrats.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
And shout out to the guests too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Bringing people on here, it's not just about the hype. Somebody like Chico, seeing his business grow, and like he's just moving on to heights. You know what I mean? And we're not just bringing people up here for hype. You know what I mean? We do our research. We look into their background, and they sit and they have a conversation like, how is this person gonna, you know what I mean, benefit us bringing him on here? So
Yeah, it's dope. One thing that when everybody that walks in here, one thing that they say, it's two things that people always say. I always look for it.
I just ain't no hold to that.
Listen, I'm listening to the joint. I got the headphones and I heard it and I was like, wait. Anyway,
That's like funny thing. We're sitting at a restaurant and my guy D, he
took a cherry.
He took a cherry. Straight looking at men. My God, why would you do
He took a
that?
cherry, was like, it's,
Why would you do that?
Birthday.
Why would you do that? I was like, why?
anyways, there's two things that people always say when they walk in here. First, when they walk in and when they're leaving. I love the studio. It looks great. I didn't know what to expect. This place is amazing. And then when they're leaving, I had so much fun. I've been on different podcasts, but this was so much fun. And when does it drop? I want to watch it. I want to share it. Even though some people low from that sharing, but those two things really give me joy, week in and week out. And I think that's how we got to 100 episodes. And you know, that's how next year we're gonna do even greater.
Yeah,
Well, it's more than 100.
It was more than yeah.
Let's speak a little bit about behind the scenes, though.
Yeah.
You know, everything. The camera looks good. You know, shine. It's glam, man.
Nah, person no come out robots, I beg.
I mean, in terms of just the interaction, you know, when the guests walk in here, you know, before they get, you know, in front of the camera, and we take that, you know, chop it up, put it up, you know, that whole interaction.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we try to vibe with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we do a bunch of research. I always say I spend a week with you, know, because we spend a whole week with research. So we try to vibe with them. I know for me, it's just like trying to see where they're coming from so I can have last minute facts about them to just integrate in the conversation. some people, stay after and, what I'm saying, like kick it with us, sip some drinks. Some people overstay their work phone.
Some people stay at us.
But yeah, and so we vibe and yeah, man. And before we tape, AK is here, Miles here. Actually, he's never here. And, we setting up, we turn the lights on, arranging the cameras, and fixing the place, and we just catching up and getting ready for it. It's a professional and yet fun environment.
Yeah.
One thing I like when Hans was here, he always wanted us to be here an hour before, so we can have our stuff straight. We're falling off from that.
Well, who?
Hans was he? Yeah, he was about that.
Well, we in the same building. Same building.
See, what happened was that was the plan. The plan was to arrive an hour or two ahead of time, so we could be synchronized with how we, going about with the podcast. But as time went on, we have commitments that,
Actually, you're fired.
This guy. Don't chill. Don't chill whatsoever. But what's our plan? Moving into 2019.
Yeah, that's a perfect segue. Yeah, man. You got to listen. What I'm saying, a little.
Man, why you pointing the joint out, man? Why don't you?
No, yeah. By the way, we got merch online, man.
Yeah, y'all speak about the business aspect.
Yeah, this is not just
because this is one aspect about it. The merch. Support the podcast. At least you're getting something back. It's like a donation. At least you're getting something back. A T-shirt. So
you got hoodies.
Yeah, this is just one out of this says mompreneur. So if you got a mom, she has a side hustle.
Yeah, mom just told me to get this for my mom.
So
I think it would be nice for her.
Yeah, so we got one that says creative by day, creative by night, entrepreneur by day, or something like that.
Creative, something like that. And then we have another one, Ajabota.
Yeah.
And then another one, Bushfala.
Then of course the Stuck in the Middle merch.
Yeah, Stuck in the Middle merch.
And new merch.
What's the last nigga?
This guy.
But yeah, new merch coming next year. But next year, everybody had personal goals.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should go and read. Everybody.
I mean, let's just speak in general terms.
Just in
general terms. To grow the podcast by 10% each month.
How you gonna quantify that?
Wait, grow the podcast or grow the views?
Both. Grow the audience by 10% each month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secure
that is I'm not gonna say how we're gonna do that, but
securing one big name interviewee per quarter. So that's something I want to do, like go on the road, for example, do live shows. Go on as many as possible other shows and be featured as guests too. Very, very crucial.
Yeah, we did some of that this year too.
We had.
Go ahead.
There was a lot of artists that are big in camera on that show, that podcast, and I respect them for that. There's other artists that we've caught up in here. I don't know, man, why their head was Goodyear blimp or something like that. But I respect those artists that came up here. Because we all need each other at the end of the day, man. Nobody's bigger than the next person. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yep.
That guy has wisdom.
he's gonna write it forward to Miners book.
Flex got here, create state-of-the-art quality audio and visual content. Engage better with the audience. Oh, this is one thing, man. This is one thing that which I encourage people to do more, because we learn from it. Is if you watch the video, you know what I mean, something stands out to you, comment like, oh yeah, I like the fact that blah blah blah, or I don't like this, you know what I mean. That way, even that person, the person, the guest, they could learn something from me too, you know what I mean. Like, okay, I didn't like you saying this, or I didn't like this, or you could add this to your services because it could be beneficial to me, blah blah. So I would like to see more people engage with it, not just listen and then just sit back, like engage with it.
Even on Instagram, leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Like, and if you like, you halfway there. Leave a comment.
Right. And then this year too. I mean, next year I wanted. One of our goals too is to get back to that mental health.
This year?
Next year.
2019.
Get back into the whole mental health. Remember we had our first.
The first
panel.
one was very successful.
Yeah.
I was happy about the turnout and our panelists, very knowledgeable ladies. You know what I mean? Oh my God, it was great. It was great.
Now that you just mentioned ladies, let me set this record straight for some people. I hate, and I repeat, I hate when somebody
hate
says,
is a strong word.
Man, I hate. I will use the word hate when somebody gonna tell me all you guys have in your show is women. What?
They're the only ones they respond more.
Like, bruh, do you know how many men we hit up to come on the show, and they be like, yeah, we'll be there, and on that day they say, oh, I can't make it. My nigga, what? Oh, I'm sorry, but anyways, I'm like, bruh, like what?
Yeah.
So you have Monday, you had Tuesday, you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to figure out that you're not gonna be here. On Sunday, wake up and say, "Oh, I got an emergency." Yeah. Okay, so what happened to rescheduling? You want me to tell you to reschedule? Am I the one to bring it to like, bro? Let's reschedule. But anyways, man, hey.
Yeah, like this is serious, you know what I mean? We young guys, but we professionals at the same time, just like the people we hit up. So we work on a schedule. So we want the guests to respect that schedule as well. You know what I mean? This is not something where we just say and just like out of boredom and just like, oh, let's just do this. No. You know what I mean? So
it messes up with our flow.
Yeah.
Because if we're dropping every Sunday and then you don't come, it just messes up on our viewers and people are waiting and you don't show up and that really pissed me off.
Bro, I can show up, man, but I'm at society public battles. My guy, how is this possible?
I mean, women are just generally more they're just friendlier and they respond faster, and I think that's why we have more women.
Open.
Yeah, and they're open. It's not just like I reach out only to women. I reach out to a lot of people, men, women, whatever you want to call yourself, but.
And if you sorry to cut you off. If you a viewer, a fan of the podcast, man, you got somebody in mind, let us know. We'd love to hit them up and have them on here.
Recommendation,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nobody's too small. Sometimes somebody hit us up like, you ought to come on the podcast. And then, for example, you go on the IG thing, all they got is 200 followers. And somebody be like, man, there's no cloud there. But we'll still take them because everybody got a story. You feel me? If we have cloud chasing, then I guess we're on the wrong path.
Yeah.
But we're not here to chase cloud, like most people say. It will come eventually. What we just want is the story. Put the message out. Help somebody who's trying to be like you. Take that first step. It's funny that I heard. I was listening to this podcast yesterday, and the dude said there is fear. The difference between people who make it and people who don't is fear. You have to cross that bridge if you really want to make it. If you don't cross that bridge, you can't make it. This right here is a platform for you to learn. It's like, okay, I want to start a podcast. So how do I start a podcast? You research podcast that you could read on it, or you could go on the podcast app and type how to start a podcast. You're gonna see a whole list of episodes telling you, oh, okay, there's somebody who spoke on this. You listen to it and say, well, I went here, I bought this, I bought that, this is how it started. There's even that free promo Anchor, an app. You could literally sit here on your phone and just speak to it like blah, 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 and record your podcast. How would you know that if you don't do the research? How would you know that if you don't watch podcasts or the news or stuff like that? So don't limit yourself, pretty much.
Yeah, man. A lot of knowledge dropped here on a weekly basis. Yeah, we look forward to bringing more next year.
Yeah.
Look forward to Sir Hans coming back, hosting a couple of them joints. Look forward to Money writing Stella award-winning blogs. Look forward to actually staying at home. You got fired on your day. You got fired on your day.
but shout out to
Nah, shout out to you, man. Y'all hold on, man. Just coming out with some fire 2-year merch, man. Oh, I seen that thing.
I seen that.
I seen that thing. I was like, oh, okay.
I've been working 2 years working on that.
I know you've been 2 years. I said, guy, at least. Yeah, walking like snail, but you're still walking.
Listen, appreciate you. See, listen, as soon as you came through, a burden just lifted on everybody's shoulder, and you're doing a phenomenal job with it. People speak better with women anyway, so thank you.
Shout to Ginger.
And that's true, man. Because when I used to hit people up, they will not reply. But then she started saying it. And everybody's like, yeah, so shut up. I'm like, wait, what the hell's going on here? So I said, oh, the secret is having your team, man. It's key. It's key, man. So
everybody looked dope in that Christmas thing, man. This has been a dope. I'm only wrapping up because we short with time. Okay. And but we can talk for days. And of course, we're gonna stay and talk.
Of course, Mama, I love you.
But yeah, man, how we gonna wrap this up? I don't know.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone out there. You know what I mean? See y'all on the flip side. Enjoy your family, enjoy your time.
Yeah. What's the flip side?
2010.
What is something?
Too much literature in our head.
Yeah, man.
www.sitmpodcast.com. You can find everything on there: blog posts, merch, who we gonna have next on the podcast. About us, how to interact with us, sponsorships, everything up there. Subscribe. I mean, like, if you want to go on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, all that shebang, it's all on the website. Just go there, www.sitmpodcast.com. All of that. Follow us on, all social platforms. At SitMpodcast.com.
I don't even. You know the Support the podcast. Purchase some merch from my website, or you could donate through our website as well.
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We still want to do a New Year special too, right?
Nah, bro.
No? Okay.
This is it.
Man.
This is it.
Next year we hitting the road running. Guests and all that.
Yeah.
Mimic.
So. Road runner. This was Stuck in the Middle special.
And
everybody got said 1, 2, 3. And we
cut.
What do we say? And we shots. He gonna say this is Stuck in the Middle special, and then everybody says and we out.
And this is a Stuck in the Middle special edition.
And we out.